Hey guys, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. You guys are very happy to watch Hydra videos, so today I wanted to make a little guide which champs you can use instead of all the meta champions for the Hydra. I talk about Duchess, I talk about Acrisia, I talk about Krisk, and champs like Supreme, Gallic and Sifi and you know. So today I want to go through the index for every faction and show you some champs I used before I got all this insane champs. So I will show you some champs who can partly do what all these meta champions can, but of course none are like these meta champions because they are unique. With these champs, and if you can combine them in a good team and build them well, give them some masteries, give them good gear, I guarantee you you can get the max chest 1 key on Nightmare and Hydra. I did that before. I sat and manualed all 3 difficulties because that was necessary. But yeah, let's crack on. Oh, don't clan index. And I will only talk about champs I use myself or champs I heard from other people are very nice to use. Of course I will try not to mention any void legendaries unless they are free or they were fusions. Okay, Lord Chamford here, the man, he's a nice mischief tank. He's very tanky and he buffs himself, so he will always have an extra buff. And he can put attack down, that's always nice, and decrease accuracy, so... But we only have, no, it's 100% chance and you don't even have to book it only to get the cooldown, so that's also nice. And you can see here the chance for defense down, it's also good. And with the shield he put on himself, he is the nice mischief tank and built him with a lot of HP and a lot of defense, put some resistance on him so that the mischief can't take the buffs from him. And some accuracy, enough accuracy to cast his buffs, and that's fine. So I used him early on. Let's see if we have any epics here. I know that Stag Knight is always nice because of his decreased speed on the A1, the chance for it. So you can put out the block debuff so the poison cloud don't go out, and then yeah, it's only in the start, but decreased speed is one of the best debuffs in the game for Hydra. And of course we also have decreased defense and decreased attack. You only have to put, yeah, you have to use the mastery where you get 5% extra, so we are 100%. Yeah, I think that's it here in this category. Let's go to the high elves. Here you can use Arbiter. I used Arbiter in the start, in the beginning, and on normal and hard. She's a reviver. She heals. She gives attack up, and she boosts turn meter, so you can get through your abilities faster. And the same thing here. Here you only have the turn meter boost because you can't decrease the turn meter of the Hydra. But does she have? No, she do not have the debuff speed down, so we can't use her here. Tortura, I heard from many people, are nice because of the whale. You can use this the whale for not getting feared from the Head of Torment, and of course we also have some block buffs, block debuffs and increased defense. That's also always nice. So that's also a possibility you can use here. Of course, one of the most OP epics for the Hydra is Royal Guard. He basically has one ability like Acrisia has, enemy max HP. So I think before I got my Acrisia, I have 4 Royal Guards built to do the work in Hydra for me. So yeah, that's for this faction. Let's go to the next faction. Here, of course, we are not talking void legendaries, but Cardiel is nice also for Hydra. Bywold, I heard he is nice. I have never used him before, but he's very nice because he can put out provoke for you and do some heals, get some strengthen, and he even gets provoke out when it's a weak hit. So that's of course also nice. And you can see here, he also decreases damage, but only for targets under provoke. And we only have one Hydra head that can get provoked. But I think there also was some heal and other stuff in his yeah, putting out the leech. Leech is always nice. It's a nice way to get some extra heal to your champions. Yeah, do we have any of course, if you don't have any other defense down, you can use Deacon Armstrong. He's nice. He's also boosting turn meter, and you have a nice aura here too. And he cycles very fast through his abilities. Mordecai, if you on the lower stages just want someone to place burn, that means that you also can put it on when there's a poison cloud out, because he's not attacking, he's placing, so that's fine. I think he also, okay, 40 in all battles, that maybe also can help you in the start of Hydra. Then we have Anchorite. He is, for me, MVP for Cadaver Team with his buff extension and putting out increased crit rate and crit damage, and the A1. Put him in a curse set and you are set for some hacks and all the good things. But that's mainly for the Cadaver Team. I use him there. Inquisitor Jamal, he's nice. He's of course a void, but yeah, he with his passive he can totally annihilate the passive of the Head of Torment and put out a lot of turn meter boost and damage if you build him for damage. On the lower difficulties, it's practical to have him because the chance for the same head to pop up again is very high, so you have a decent chance for the Head of Torment to come up again and again. And if you just build him with decent damage, you will kill the Head of Torment very fast, and you will reach the 6.6 million for the max chest there very high, very fast. Yeah, I think that's it for this. Let's go to the Barbarians. Barbarians on the legendary side, I think I haven't used any of these, so I can't really say anything. Do we have anything in the epic? I don't think so. Nothing that I have used. Of course, if you have any ideas for nice barbarian epics and legendaries, you can tell me how you used them down in the comments. Here we only have Ignatius, I would say. I think Grazur also is one of the champs we try to avoid because he's a void legendary. He's basically the child of Krisk and Acrisia. So I think we also try to find some other champions than him. But yeah, here you have a provoke. Okay, it's only 75% when booked, so it's not that reliable. And you have the guaranteed burn that cannot be resisted, so that's fine. Then we go to the epics here, and Ugo is the best, one of the best debuffers for Hydra, because she with one skill gives decreased defense and block buffs, and that's two of the best skills in the game for Hydra. I have built mine in a relentless set and very fast, so she can cycle through her abilities faster and get this out as much as possible. And she also has a little remove heal reduction buff from all allies, and then one random buff, and that's also clutch sometimes because we have heal reduction in the Hydra. And she can put out leech, so that's also awesome. And you can see here places buff on... oh yeah, if she's the last one, she will put this on herself, and then on the last living ally, and then she can also revive when she is dead. Yeah. So she is she's MVP. I use her in my main team on Nightmare, so that's saying something. And I think I heard, was it Hell Hades? He talked a lot about Skrank because he has the HP burn here, and that's always good for Hydra. It makes a lot of damage, and combined with some other champions, Skrank also is very nice. So let's go to the lizardmen. Here we have quite some champions who are helpful. We can start with Nekmutar. He's also nice. He's putting out some... He has an attack all enemies on the A1, so you can put him in a curse set and getting out some hex also. And he also puts out some decreased attack, so we really like that for the Hydra. You can see here we have a leech and a decreased attack, decreased speed, and we like that a lot. And then we have increased speed for us, and also fills turn meter of all allies by 30%, and then grants an extra turn. So that's very nice. And here fills this 5% time each time a debuff. Yeah. So you can see he's circling fast through his own abilities and help other people to come faster to their abilities. And you can combine such a champ, which is doing that other champs are faster, with Vargal. He's a very nice mischief tank. I used him a lot on my Nightmare team because I had to use my Krisk on the Brutal team, because he's also putting out some buffs on himself to strengthen, only on himself, so he will always have a buff more than all others on the team if you're playing it right. And then he will get attacked. So he also have a very high resistance, so you can easily build him up to the 450 resistance, I think it is. I built him about 300 speed and enough accuracy and enough resistance, and of course survivability. And then we also have the 2-turn every 2 turns you can provoke. And if you only use this skill, decrease attack, when it's necessary, and just cycling through these 2 abilities, you can boost your own turn meter here. You have allies who are boosting your turn meter, and if it's working correctly, you can lap the head, which should be provoked, and you can provoke him the whole time. This typically you have to manual, but I think you have to manual a lot when you're in the start of Hydra. Pythian also very nice, a lot of heals, a lot of damage mitigation through buffs. He also has resistance if you have to use that. We have here revives all allies, places strengthen, block debuffs, heals on the A1. He's very nice. I used him also a lot. And do we have any epics we can use here? I don't think so. If you have other ideas, please write it down in the comments. Then we go to the Skinwalker. And here... Oh yeah, I thought a bit about this guy. When you think about Duchess, one of her best things is also the damage mitigation by the Hydra, because we have a lot of AoE skills. And if you see see the passive from Norok, you can see he also decreases the damage taken by all allies that are under 1 or more buffs by 15%. Most of the time we are under some kind of buff. And if we don't are under any buffs, active buffs, we will get 55%, 25% damage mitigation. That's very nice. And he also has the block buffs, so that's also a very nice ability. So we have 2 abilities in one champ here we like. And I think I remember he hits very hard if you build him for damage. Of course it's hard to build him for damage when you also want some decent speed on him and some accuracy to land the block buffs. But block buffs is nice, and damage mitigation also. So if you have him and you have no one else for this roles, then take him. Razelvak is also someone many people use. I think he's used because he is very fast and he does a lot of damage, and his damage is not only based on attack but also on speed, and he can buff himself up to a lot of speed, and that's also ramping up his damage. And we have some nice debuffs here, and we have some nice buffs: increase attack, increase speed. We really like that. And we have some leech, and that's a good heal for the whole team. And we have some nice speed aura here, so you can use that. So I think that's a good thing. If you have Sun Wukong from the latest free login champion, you can of course use him for the block buffs, and he will also revive himself. So maybe you can build him in a kind of damage, but with enough accuracy here. He will revive himself when he's killed, so that's also fine. And we have, it's only for arena, okay. So yeah, he's nice also. Akantum, many people use him because he's an epic and he puts out the Hex. Hex is very nice. Of course it's not 100% chance, but almost, because every hit of the 3 hits have had 60%. 75% to get the Hex out, and that's nice. So Hex is very good. So he's also usable here. Do we have any other people we can use here? No, not really. Let's go further. Let's see, Orcs. I heard Tila is nice now because she has the Hex and the Leech. So that's the same with every champ here. We also have some burns, so that's not stupid at all. Also put heal out, so she's maybe not that stupid anymore and useless. So if you just have her, then use her. And here we Artak, he is free, so I think he's pretty available. Most people playing now and thinking about doing Hydra should have Artak, and he's very nice. He does he put out a lot of burns. He activates the burns, and all his abilities are AoE. So you can put him in a curse set too and put out a lot of hex. I do that in my brutal team, and that's very nice. It works very good. What do we have in the? I don't think we really have any epics here we can use. Of course, Sandlash Survivor you can use for your cadaver team, but that's it, I think, here in the... Let's go down to the demonspawn. Tyrant Exlimore. I used him a lot in the start. He is very nice. Decreases damage inflicted by enemies under HP burn by 10%, so we have some damage mitigation. He self puts it out for 3 turns, so if you put Master Hexer on, is it what it's called, you have the chance to put out 4 turns burn. And he has some ally protection and puts increased defense on himself. And also heals this champion by 25% of the damage inflicted, what he's doing. So I used him a lot in the start. That's for sure. He's very nice, and I also used him, I think, on Brutal and so. Then you have Drexter. I used him a lot in my normal team. Just let him be on the team and let the Hydra hit him with all the AoEs and get some burns out and slowly come up to the 6,600 point mark and get your highest chest on normal. So very nice, very accessible. You can win buy the fragments from Tag Team Arena, so I think that's very accessible. Sisia, I don't have her on this account, but I played different other accounts where I see her used on some of this burn combust teams and so. So you can see here she also put weaken and decrease attack defense out, so that's also nice. He puts out burns and she activates them also, so that's also very nice. And if you are lucky enough to have a cardial, you can do some sick comps here. So I think that's very nice. And That's not a lie, but I also used Mortimer Carp in my start of Hydra, because his peril is ignoring the defense of the heads, and they have a lot of defense in the start. So I have him so he also can put out the block buffs, and that was very nice. He really hits hard on normal with the peril, and he can put out block buffs. So I think that was it is amazing. 100% block buffs and peril when procs, and there are a lot of AoE attacks in the Hydra, so you have a big chance to get this one to work. And you can see it's also a nice aura for your team. What do we have in the... Yeah, you can take Arkoth. You get him from Doom Tower here. He's also doing some burn stuff, and yeah, it's for normal and maybe hard. When your gear is good enough, you can use him to do some burn stuff on the Hydra. Also in the start I used Umbral Enchantress a lot, because she has the block buffs for 3 turns. And yeah, you just have to... you can also use her for the provoke, but then you will get the block active skill, so maybe you use her with the cleanser. And she also is capable of doing a decent amount of damage. So that's the 2 I used here. So yeah, let's go to the Undead Horde, and I will just take a little sip. Yeah, let's see here. What do I use here? The only one I use for Hydra here is basically Mashald. He's doing a lot of damage. I have mine +2, but that's not necessary for the damage, because after the leech is put out on everybody and he increases the crit damage and the speed of him and all the allies, I basically turned this one out because I'm a bit afraid of Head of Mischief stealing the continuous heal and spreading it. But then he will hit all this, he will hit one target, so always target the one who maybe just popped up again and don't have the leech on, and then he will attack all the other heads singly, but it's not counting as a AoE, because many of the, or do all of the Hydra heads have the passive that they decrease AoE damage, so that's very nice. It's like Tronda's big hit, where she puts out more damage and it's not counting like a AoE, so it hits for insane numbers. Mashald is not that insane, but I also use him on my Brutal team and it works fine. And through the leech we will get in some heal for the team also, and he gets an extra turn, so he cycles very fast through his abilities. So that's the only legendary I use here. Do I use some... of course, one of the best best epics for Hydra we have here, Husk. Of course he's in that mix of the best epic for his enemy max HP hit here. You can see we have it on 4 turns, and he has one advantage over Royal Guard, and that's that he is HP based, so he's easier to keep alive. Royal Guard can be squishy sometimes. I don't use his A3, so if I play on auto it's locked. But if you put enough accuracy on him, you also can use his A1 to provoke the head who is cleansing, and it's not a sure thing that it will go, but sometimes you just try it and it comes in totally clutch and saves the run. So he's very nice. Build him with the decent damage and put some accuracy on for the stage you are trying him on, and he will definitely help you. I think I have 3 of them built, so I really can't recommend Husk here. Then let's go to the Undead Horde. Which legendary do I use here? Lanarkis for the cadaver team. She's very nice. Lydia is a free void legendary, but you of course have to beat the whole faction wars. She's nice, but I don't want to mention her here. We have Ruel. He's putting out some decent damage for me also, but put him in a normal team and maybe pair him with someone like a Mithrala if you already have her, to just farm your normal or hard team. Mithrala is also a free Void Legendary. Of course you have to farm Hydra a lot to get her, but she's putting out the hex and damage mitigation and increase attack and increase defense, and yeah, if you have her you can use her fine for this. And do I use any of the epics here? I guess if you don't have anything else, Madame Sarish, she can cleanse, she can put out decrease attack and decrease defense, that's nice. Yeah, if you don't have anything else, also maybe here you can put out some decreased speed and decrease accuracy, and you can she also has only AoE attacks, so you can put her in a hex set and do some magic here, but yeah, I don't know if it's working. Yeah, let's see what we have here. Let's take her, Mother Cybele. She's used by many people, putting out some decent heals and putting out some revive on death, increased defense, and yeah. And she also has the decrease speed on the A1, where you again will try in the start of the run to let me think how it is. You're slowing down the head who's cleansing, then you're putting out block buffs, so the head with the poison cloud can put out the poison cloud, and then first the head will cleanse. Otherwise you will put out the block buffs and the head will cleanse, and then the poison cloud will come. So that's the whole trick with the A1 decrease speed on the start. And she also, her aura is also 25% speed in all battles, so you can use her there. I also used my Tomb Lord in the start, also because he has a very, very good chance on the A1 to put out the decreased speed like I just described. We have some decrease defense and decrease attack, so that's also nice. The poisons we can't really use for anything here, because the most of the heads are immune or don't get that much damage from poisons. What do we have here? And yeah, I think we can start with Doom Priest. Doom Priest is always nice when you have her in the beginning. She will put out some decent heals with her heal, and she will also cleanse every turn, and then she will put out increase attack. If you don't have anything better, she will help you. Of course you have to put her in good gear. Hydra is endgame content, so don't watch my video, go into Hydra and say, oh, I have all these champions, of course I can beat everything. You have to have gear and strategy and pair these champions with other good champions. But you can use all the champions I show you today, and you can make teams, and you can beat Nightmare and get the top chest. But always think about, getting the top chest is not the same as doing 200 or 300 million damage on Nightmare. I'm just talking about getting the max chest, and you can do that with all these champions here when you combine them, build them properly and play them properly. Yeah, so here we have Rector Drath. Whenever an ally on the whale or perfect whale gets a buff, gets a turn, she will heal. And now they fixed her animation that she's not doing all the time, but now it's much faster, so you don't waste all your time with looking on her silly animations. Yeah, she can only revive a single target, but that's perfectly fine. He's coming under a whale again, and then we also have some heals and perfect whales, and she's also nice. Decrease attack is also clutch. You can put it on the head of Wrath that he don't hit that hard, so she's very nice. No good aura here, so yeah. Let's see, is there anything more here? I heard Whisper's very nice. Maybe you should go to HH Gaming. He's talking a lot about Whisper and her damage potential. So maybe you can find some nice videos there. I haven't used her. Maybe Golden Reaper with her increasing speed on all this stuff and decreasing attack. And yeah, if you don't have anything better, she's also a viable source for doing some turn media manipulation and get your champions to go faster. Yeah, let's see here. Of course, we have Underpriest Brockney. He's mostly used in cadaver teams nowadays, but he's also doing a good damage on the cadaver teams. So on normal you can use him for damage and for heal through the shields and block buffs. So he's not stupid. I used Molly a lot lately on my brutal team because she has the chance of a two-turn provoke and on 3 turns, and then I made her very fast, as I told you with the Skull Lord Vargal. Put her in a team, make her fast, and put her in a team with someone who is enabling to go faster, and then you can overlap the head you want to provoke, and that works fine for the most time. Knut is in many teams, but I think he is very accessible because we just had the fusion. So many of you watching this right now should have Knut, and he's of course a big thing instead of Acrisia. Acrisia is one of the things we try to avoid in this video. So Knut is his triple attack here with enemy max HP, so that's fine. He's defense based, so easier to let him survive. You have to be a bit careful with putting out the counter attack buff when the head of mischief is there, because if she takes your counter attack and spreads it, that's a hell. But when you killed the head of mischief or it's not there, you can perfectly fine use this and also decrease attack and weaken here. And the freeze and the turn meter manipulation we sadly can't use. So he's very nice. Let's see, what do we have here in our epic apartment? Geomancer is so nice. I used him a lot. I think I have 5 Geomancers built for all kind of silly stuff in this game. The only problem you have with Geomancer is you can't use him on Hydra if you want to run auto teams. He is simply that stupid. Normally he should not target decapitated heads with his burn, but he will always do that. So Geomancer is something for people who are playing a manual or semi-manual, sitting beside the game while it's running through and just said, oh, just attack this head. Then you can use him. I have built my fast and reflex set so we can circle fastest through the abilities. And of course, for people who don't know why he's so nice, because he will decrease the damage all allies receive by 15% and deflect that damage onto each enemy under HP burn debuff placed by this champion. So that's what making him so great here. And yeah, but he has to be controlled. He will do stupid stuff. I don't think I've used any other. Melga's a nice support when you have her and don't have any other support. She will revive, she will heal, so that's fine. Yeah, let's go to the shadowkin. What do I use here? Ninja. That's something for older players, but Ninja is very nice with his activating the burns. I typically have him on a normal or hard team when I used him for Hydra, paired with something like the Dragster and another burn type, and then I will just let him circle through and make his stuff. He also is able to put out a decreased defense, so that's also very, very nice. Mishinaki, he's also you can debate. He's also one of the meta champions right now, but he's very nice. I just want to mention him. He's putting out hacks. He's putting out decreased defense, decreased attack, and he has an ability that he there's a chance to ally attack also, and then putting out a burn with his A1. So very nice champ. I use him a lot. Lady Kimmy I also use. She's one of those champions I use to enable other champions by running quicker through their abilities. And you can see here block buffs if she removes any buffs from the Hydra. That's fine, and she's just making other people go faster and the Hydra slower, and decreases the accuracy and increases our accuracy. She is doing a nice job, and I used her a lot also. I don't think there are any other here. I know many people used this chick, Oboro, in the start. I don't really know why. Maybe because of the whale. But yeah, I heard she should do a fantastic job also, but I haven't used her. So I don't think we have any more in here. So that's the last. Who do I use here? Legendaries. I think Elva will always be nice if you use her on normal and hard. Maybe also higher up. I think many people talk about this chick, Oella. I did not make the fusion for her, but you can see here increase resistant. That's always a help for the build. Then you don't have to put that much resistant on your champs. You can see here we also have a turn meter fill, so that's nice. Whenever an ally lost 15% more of the max HP from a single hit, places, we have a lot of heal also then. Here also heal again, increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn, so that's also nice. And what do we have? A1, decrease attack 100%, decrease speed 100%. That's nice. So maybe it was stupid not to do. I didn't think she looked that nice. Her kit didn't look that nice when she came out, so I didn't make the fusion. I will probably pull her sometimes or never. Then many people talk about White Dried Nia. She has kind of a very nice kit for Hydra here. Whenever this champion is healed, heals each ally except this champion by 20% of this heal. Okay, and we have place 50% ally on all allies except this champion. Also places the weak version of strengthen on all allies for 2 turns. So damage mitigation we have here removes all debuffs from a target ally, then heals them by 40% of their max HP. And if the target of this skill is not this champion, decreases the cooldown of all the target's skills by 2 turns. That's pretty nice. And again, we have attack all allies, and we have a chance for a speed down on the A1. Yeah, guys, I think that's it. I think we went through all the alternative champions for Hydra that I know and I use. So of course there are many other. As I said, write it down in the comments if you have any other suggestions or things, champs I forgot. And yeah, if you have any questions, a lot of people started to reaching out on my Discord. You can see down in the description. And ping me if you want something. I'm not always as good to look on the Discord, and then we can have a conversation about how you can increase your Hydra team. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.